All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. More Sons of the Forest. We've done it, folks. We've made it past 500 days. Now, this is not my first time recording this, like the second time. And upon reviewing the video footage, I didn't like the video. So we're going to do it again. We're going to do it again. We're going to do a base tour. Today is base tour day. We get to marvel at our own accomplishments today and fill in new viewers as to what we've built. What you're seeing right there is a wizard's tower. It is built in the middle of the lake. There's our buddy Kelvin. It's built in the middle of the lake where we can see the foundations going into the water. And then the tower is built on top with an overlook. Let's go up to the wizard's tower so we can view from the top. And we have a nice view of the area from the top up here. A view of all the things in the area. There's plenty of ways into the wizard's tower. We have a couple doors and a bed. The wizard can grab all of his, there's a desk. Oh, I gotta go around. We have to go around. There's a little desk here he can perform his experiments at. And he's got all kinds of things to experiment upon. And of course we have some lights in here, but we don't use those very much. All right. This took a few days to build. It took a few days to build. Let's go back down to the area, and we'll start on the first building I built in this area. I believe it was this building. This is our home. And what we have here is, we have a place to store our food. This is for water, and this is for cooked food. We have a couple fireplaces, a nice view of the lake here. We go inside and we see, I built a couple beds for Virginia and Kelvin, but, they never use them. We've got our nice bed. We've got a few things that we've collected. And a nice couch to sit on. Let's go outside the second building that we built. Kelvin is trying to go into the area. Let's unlock that. And this is our food storage room. There used to be several drying racks in here, but now we're just putting the food on the shelves as we collect. Putting the fish on the racks. And what we'll do is we'll just kind of do a circular tour of the area. Right here we have a bonfire area and a town square. The village green, as I've come to call it, where we can just enjoy the ambience of the place. A couple bird houses, get some feathers and such. Next, we move on into the armory, which is right over here. And in the armory, we've got, it's an armory. We've got all kinds of stored materials. So we've been removing these bones. And this used to be for a rope and such, but we've moved those since to a different spot. Of course, armory needs armor. There's some armor that we have collected. And we've been actively putting bone armor and creepy armor on the shelving for extra. We have our walls of storage for the armory. We've got, of course, batteries, circuit boards, wire, C4, and, grenades. Of course, our spears and, some Molotovs. And let's go outside of the armory to the next building over. This is a stable here. There's no horses, but we're going to use our pretendination. And imagine there's horses in this game. We can put a horse in here, in the stalls right here. One for myself, one for Kelvin, to ride around. That's the stable. Of course, you have a stable because you have an inn right here. This is the inn we built. So you're coming in, off a horse ride. You hitch your horse to the hitching post and go into the inn. Inside the inn, we've got a nice table for you and your friends to relax at. Go to the bar, order a drink. We don't have much, but we have a few things. And then, of course, you can order breakfast and lunch from the inn. Maybe a snack. And we go upstairs to the second floor. We have some small rooms. And then right here, we have the large room. This is, of course, for customers. Oh, we've got a few. Yeah, we've got a few guys wanting to play around. You, sir? I'll be right back. I got to deal with these guys. All right, small guys dealt with. Just a couple of them. And then we come over here to our. This is a stage, right here. I used to have a boombox up here, right on that shelf. I had to build this out a little bit. We put a boombox on top of that, and we can have a dance right here. Come out the end, and then when you're done with dancing, go back to the inn, and get a good night's sleep. Let's head on back again this way. And whenever the need arises, well, we have a little outhouse here. You know, you can do your business. Right over here, we have the market. Where we enter the market, and we're still filling the place up with supplies, but the food and such is on the first floor. We have some drinks. This is where the more rare items will go. We're still collecting. Second floor. We put herbs up here, mushrooms and healing mixes, and so on and so forth. Of course, we have some armor bits and purses for the ladies. Lots of purses, and then just some nice things, some oddball things, some lights in case you need to change your light bulb. And we leave the supermarket and come out into the world. Why am I hearing some guys? Oh, they're interfering with our base tour. Well, anyway. Yeah, we'll see them soon enough. Ah, they're over here. Where's this guy's going? Interfering with the base tour. Ah, there he is. Yeah. I'll be right back. I got to deal with this guy. I'll tell you, you can't have nice things these days. People always want to interfere. Let's move over this way. And on the first floor in this building, we have this is our hunting room where we keep our arrows, our prizes. Some more arrows, bones, rope, some more arrows. And we're filling this shelf up with rope and arrows. Of course, we have some more different arrows over there. And then our grappling hooks. This is the first floor where we have all our hunting gear. And it's a quick way to make some armor as needed. Up on the second floor, we go up this way. We have, these are medicinal herbs that we grow up here, such as the aloe vera and so on and so forth. On the third floor, we've got a bunch of plants for the kids who like to eat, Virginia and Kelvin. We've got all the berries. These are supposed to be scarecrows, but the real scarecrow models are really ugly, so we put these up. I think these are scarier, right? They should be scarier. And let's head on downstairs. We have our wood pile, protected as it should be, so it doesn't, it's not, the elements don't rot the wood, the rain and so on. So we've got a nice little rabbit hutch here where we can get some rabbits. Haven't gotten any rabbits yet. Still working on that. And over here we've got our sulfite coating area where we can put sulfite, put it on all of our weapons as needed. And then we have, this is the area we put our hang glider on and pop up into the air and go skyward. The front of this building here is, well, it's a warning. It serves as a warning to the cannibals that you shouldn't come here. This place is inhabited, and we're just adding a few more skulls along the ridge as we go. And along this way, we go this way. We come to this room here, this building, and this is our sauna or bathhouse. You have to use your pretendination again, and this is where water would be. We're going to use our pretendination and say we've drained the water, but this is where you take your bath. Come down in here. I was going to put some boom boxes in here, and unfortunately we don't have any soap. We do have aloe vera and the other stuff we can take care of our skin with. We have the town tree right here. This is all nice and built around to show that this tree is the tree that we do not want to cut down. And we come over here to the town church. Let's get back and get a good view of it. This is one of the larger builds we've done. And this is modeled after a Gothic church, roughly 14th, 15th, 16th century. And you go up the stairwell here, and you go up into the bell tower, which is right here. You climb up to the top, and we're at the bell tower. There are no bells in the game, so again, we have to use our pretendination, and we can have a nice look out into the area. Very nice. And let's head back down. We'll go inside of the church, down this way. This is one of the buildings that I started building, and I had no idea whether it would look good or not, but it turned out really nice. Kelvin is already going into the church. He recognizes, well, maybe he disappeared. Oh, there he is. He is eating. You go into church, there are all the pews that folks can sit at. And back in here, we have the area for the clergy. There's where the priest's vestments can go, the robes and such. We have some vodka and, some energy bars for communion service, but, we don't have any bread or, Kelvin is chilling out at the, this is one of his favorite places to go. I've seen him here multiple times. We have our baptismal there for the folks, and we also have a baptismal here. Some folks do infant baptizement, and other folks do complete dunking ceremony. So we have both. I think would be fitting. And then we have our lectern here. I couldn't bring this out anymore. Unfortunately, we can't build half portions, so we're going to pretendination again. This is where the lectern is, and the preacher, the cleric, the minister can stand up here and give his sermon. I think the architecture in here was pretty cool. I liked building this. This was a lot of fun, and it just shows all of the support structures that we have in here to keep the roof up high. Yeah, don't bother Kelvin, man. He's busy praying right now. Well, come over this way, and we're gonna go see our trap zone. Basically, I lure, some of the bigger enemies in here. The mutants. We bring them over here to our helicopter traps. They get chopped up, and then we can bring over. If I don't really want to deal with all the other cannibals, we just kind of lure them over here. We've got all the traps laid out, ready to go. And this building here is the Parthenon. I tried to build this as period accurate as possible. It does have the correct number of columns, lengthwise and widthwise. There are plenty of... And the entire floor is made of stone. We also have, I I'm probably going to butcher the Greek. Sikos and Naxos. This is the place where you come in to the front, and well, it's the Parthenon, where the gods resided in Greece. Go around this way and to the back. Those are the two chambers of the Parthenon. And we go back to this area here, and another little area where we have a nice big open view. This was a lot of fun to build. I really enjoyed building this. It's purpose. There's not a lot of decor in it, and that is on purpose. It's a place for, of course, the ancients used it as a place for the gods, I believe. Unfortunately, the building in the game does not allow straight columns straight up, so we did have to build horizontal support. That's one of the things I don't like about the game is that you can only build a structure 4 tall, and then you have to build support structures along it. We could remove some of these, but I don't think it would look good because you can go to basically about a span of 5 before you can, and then you can remove the columns. But I thought this was a better look, so we would be able to take out 1, 2, 3 columns, and then so on and so forth down the line, and then do the same thing with the second floor. But I thought this was a more consistent look. Let's head on over. We're working on a big project right over here right now, so that is in the works. On the channel, we try to build several. We try to build small buildings and large buildings, and I call them big builds and small builds. Small builds, of course, are the smaller buildings. And this was at one time I put a turtle shell up here, and we shot up into the air to grab our hang glider, and then you could circle around and do your thing. And this was once a runway that I wanted to do, but it didn't turn out very well. And right now we're in the process of doing another big build in this area. But that's for later. You'll have to stick around to find that out. We're heading over this way, and we're going to go over to the watchtower. The watchtower keeps an eye on the surround. We have a little guard station here for the guards to sit down and make sure that nobody comes to my domain. That's not allowed. And it can also welcome visitors who have no ill intent. And then we go into this room here. This is also for guards. They can grab some spears and defend the walls of the guards tower. And of course, go on to the high perch up there and see for miles around. Another little fun big build we did here. This is the Kung Fu fighting pit. If you're familiar with 70s Kung Fu, well, you're going to recognize this. You go up here. This is the place for the important people. People like myself. The overlords. This is of course, the overlord's chair and perhaps his wife and an advisor or a guest. And then they can look down and watch the Kung Fu fight. We'll go down there in a moment. Of course, this is for the plebeians, the plebes, the commoners, to watch the Kung Fu fight. These are some pretty good seats in it, and they may not be as high up as these, but you can get pretty close and see all of the Kung Fu action taking place. And of course, we have a stairwell for the plebeians to come up here and watch the fight, the commoners, the riffraff, and so on. Of course, as benevolent overlords, we do allow Kung Fu fighting and entertainment in the area. This is where the contestants enter the Kung Fu ring. As everyone knows, one must have a tightrope to walk across in a Kung Fu arena. Plus the little poles that the contestants jump across and show their agility and balance. And the other contestant enters from this location. And of course they can walk across the tightrope to get into the middle fighting platform. And in general, we want to have some torches. Most good kung fu fights happen at nighttime, or as the sun sets, to create the proper atmosphere. Let's move down over to the area over here. And we built a home in this location. This is it's a home, a defensible home where we have spiked up the entrance. All the walls have spikes on them. This is currently being built. We have a few more things to do. It's a kind of a side project. All the walls are secure. We have an entryway for the cannibals to try to come in. They're welcome to try, and it's not going to work out for them well. We have no exterior spikes in this area, so what we do have is a helicopter trap. And of course, if the idiots want to beat on the walls, they're going to get spiked up again. In this area, this goes all the way around the base to protect it, to protect the home. And we're still working on the back area. That way we can only do that during the winter time. Let's go ahead and go inside. This is the inner portion with all of the spikes sticking out. You can see we still are in the process of working on those. Every area has a spike. Of course, we can climb up here. Climb up here. And use this as a little platform to, shoot them to cannibals with an arrow. All spikes all over the place. Inside the house is just a basic house. We've got some timber there, just a bed. We haven't put anything else in here, and of course the game still hasn't fixed their doors yet. Unprofessional. Just ridiculous. And then we have a nice little deck here on the water. And we're going to put some chairs out here so we can sit and watch the sunrise or the sunfall. And we'll go this way. Right over here, we have an area which you can walk down and grab some water. And we were going to put a fishing trap here so you can grab your breakfast and lunch. And we have a burn pit here or place to cook your meals. And then no storage yet over here. We have a zip line that goes to this area that goes back to the main hub of activity. We have several zip lines in this area. We have the main zip line to the Wizard's Tower. And then the zip line that goes over to the home, the defensible home. This one is not defensible anymore. They changed it so there's night attacks, and I grew wary of the night attacks, so we built another home that we don't wake up and they're standing in our house. Complete sham, if you ask me. Of course, the entire area is properly and carefully paved with stone, so we have nice stone sidewalks. And we're going to head on over here. This is a zip line area where we bring in stone from across this whole build area and drop it off at either this point or that point. And we can use that point right there. And we can use the cart to pick the stone up and bring it over to our building area. We've done that quite often. These zip lines are fantastic. Yeah, pop over here and grab the stone, throw it across the zip line, and one is located in a strategically nice area. Let's wrap around over this way. We have a nice little waterfall here. Zipline tower we can utilize to go down to the bottom towards the shore. And during the winter time, earlier in the earlier during the playthrough, of course, we needed water during winter time. This zip line extended over to the little island there, which extended back over to the base. So in the winter time, we could grab a bunch of zip line over here, grab some water, and fill our pots up for food, for food cooking. Plenty of stones over here to grab. We can put these across the map. In order to build these, you need to wait for winter time to come, because you can't walk around the entirety of the lake. The zip line won't go that long, so make sure you build your posts close to the edge. And these go across. Lots of stone over here that we can utilize for builds. We're currently working on another build as well, which we can only do during the winter time. And it's the one in the middle of the island. We haven't set everything up yet. I used to have a zipline tower there, but we kind of scuttled that, and we're building another building on the little island. Let's see if we can see it a little better. We've just started it. It's a side project. We'll do it during the winter time. And let's pause the recording and deal with this guy. Dealt with the leg monster. Just lured him over the traps. We're building this little building here. That will be a area where we can zip line to and go to a variety of different areas. Now I'm going to have to pause again. But like I said, we have a couple of builds, this one and that one in particular, that we work on, from time to time. They're not priority builds, like a few other things. We're going to go ahead and pause again, and I'm going to move. Well, the sun's going down, so we'll start on another day. And we'll go to our final location in the morning. So we'll see you in just a second. And we're here early in the morning at our final location. This is a different location. This is the actual first big build that I did in the game. We'll come over here. And this is the Hanging Gardens. We built this earlier in the playthrough at the very beginning. Had a couple benches and such over here. This is at where the river, a bunch of rivers connect into a nice lake, beautiful lake, and then we built the Hanging Gardens here. Let's go and take a quick little tour. This is an imagining of the Hanging Gardens, so it's not period accurate at all. But we have plants in all of these rooms right here. This room connects, doesn't connect to that room. Connect. And we go over here to this room here. And we have some more plants. We have a few plants all over the place. So people can come in and enjoy the ambience. I'm going to tell you, the frames start to drop here due to all the lighting effects and plants. So I kind of left this area. Ugh, we got some guys. I'll be right back. A little bit here. Yeah, the frames start to get killed a little bit with all the lighting effects that we have going on in the area. It kills the frames. So we have to go slow, and that's why I kind of left this area. The game was getting a little choppy. Too many lighting effects and so on and so forth. We climb up here and go to the second floor. Once again, more plants in the area. We have a second floor over here where we can climb up and view all the beautiful plants that we've collected. Stairway going up. And yeah, more lighting effects, more plants. Really is not good for the frames. Gets a little choppy sometimes. And more plants, of course. I mean, it is the Hanging Gardens after all, where, well, it's plants everywhere. Blueberries and blackberries and all the good stuff. And we go down here. We'll come across here to this area. This is where I was keeping some, armor and such. This was an area where we could build bone armor and, well, collect some arrows, and get some little rocks here we can make arrows from. Same way for the sticks. We were putting some some skulls in this area just for, well, once again. I had a structure over here. This was a home that I built, but we unceremoniously, well, destroyed it with a couple of well-placed bombs, and it's gone now. So the Hanging Gardens is all by itself. There's a nice side view of it. In the back, we have what I was building, a little storage area. This was filled with logs and, well, sticks and such. Logs over here. Now it kind of turned into a little pavilion. And we had some stones here that we collected. Of course, our old carts that we had. This is a nice place to build, I think, if you're interested in building in this location. There's plenty of water. There's rope inside in the lake if you're interested in getting some rope. There's a couple cannibal villages nearby you can raid, and that's the daytime view of the area. On the map, there it is. It's on where the 4 rivers meet and then one leaves. I guess it's 5 rivers. And you can see the location of the other base directly to the north. Both great building areas. Really liked this build. I think it looks pretty. And then, well, what we're currently doing is building in another location. So let's jump back over there, and I'll be back in a second. And we're back at our main base, and you can see on the map where this location is. It's right next to that river, which goes lake and river, which goes out into the ocean. And there's a little closer look for you. And what I've done over here, after finding out that having a lot of lights in the area, we've reduced that number, so there's only a few on every kind of street corner. One on each street corner, so we don't overburden the game. And I've adjusted the video settings for it, so of course, recording and playing the game does take a few resources for your specific areas. You can see the nice view of the area. I think it's turned out pretty well thus far, and we will be continuing to build in this game, and we'll be getting into a lot of the buildings that we've currently built are kind of, well, they're individual structures for specific purposes, such as a drying house, armory, an inn, so on and so forth, and of course the Wizard's Tower, the Parthenon, and little dance area over there for festivals and such. A nice church over there. There's our bathhouse where we can wash away the grime and the cares of the day. Calgon, take me away. Another view of the area, which I think is turning the build area is turning out quite nice, I think. And there's very little frame loss in this area at all, from what I can tell. And that's from keeping the number of torches at a minimum. And I think the number of plants, I think that was also killing the frame rate as well. But everything is turning out quite nice. And we're currently working on a large build we're going to be doing over here. This will take a few days. But yeah, day 500. Thanks for making the suggestion that we do a base tour, as one of my subscribers thus mentioned. We should do that, and things are looking good. We are going to be extending. We're going to be continuing to build. So if you'd like to see more, stick by. And thanks for stopping by. Welcome to the channel. And we'll see you next time.